Tonight. I just wanted to say hi and let you know about this breaking news that we have been following all evening long. This is a police officer who opened fire on a busy road in Hartford because a man was holding a knife. The man survived his injuries. He is in the hospital right now. Let's take a look at some of the video that we are getting in from the scene right now. Here we go. Let's take a look at some of the video that we are getting in from the scene right now. Let's go to the video right here. This is, I'm sorry about that. Hold on, let me get back here. All right, I am having some technical issues tonight. First of all, let's do that. All right, once again, a police officer opened fire in Hartford on Blue Hills Avenue. This is right by the Bloomfield Town Line. The area is still shut down, according to the DOT's website, which means police are probably still investigating even at this hour, even though this happened earlier today. A man holding a knife did not comply with officers' orders, according to police, and even according to the video. So I want you to take a look at this video. This is what came into our newsroom. This is not from police. This is an eyewitness account, okay? So people were out on the streets, saw this happen, and this person took video of what they saw. So you can see the officers here. This is on Blue Hills Avenue. You can see that man standing there with a very large knife. Apparently, officers were responding to a mental health call. And you can see this is when the officers start to engage. And one of them has their gun up. I cannot hear the video, but I can imagine he is telling him to drop the weapon. And you see him continue to walk toward the officer. And now we will pause the video. There it is. We pause the video before you actually see any shots fired. So this is bringing up some concerns in the area. Neighbors, community activists, they're saying they are worried about violence erupting with police during these mental health situations, as we did have a similar situation unfold on the 19th in Hartford. So take a listen to what, let's come back to me here. We're going to go to some sound. We interviewed a person, a neighbor in the area, and then and you'll hear from them about their concerns regarding these two police officer involved shootings very close to each other.
You could have de-escalated that situation. You said you tased him. Why you couldn't shoot him in the leg? Why couldn't, like, 6, 7 shots in the chest? It's a little bit much.
I can't say whether the cops involved in this shooting broke their rules or didn't follow their training. My concern is that you have a guy who's clearly not responsive. He's clearly in the grip of some kind of mental health problem. And we have guys with guns.
So that's what we're hearing. We have not heard from police, as now they are not investigating this. This is the job of the Inspector General, and as protocol, if a police officer ever opens fire or uses their weapon in any sort of incident, the Inspector General, the state, investigates whether or not the use of force was justified. And so the Inspector General will release a preliminary report on this, telling us what they believe in the situation was the right move. And we do not know at this point the condition of the victim, but initially they did tell us that he survived his injuries and he was shot multiple times. So as we get more information, of course, we will bring it to you. Let's get to some of our other big stories of the evening, one of which being the New Haven budget, okay? So your property taxes, if you live in New Haven, they could go up, or taxes in general could go up. And they're also looking at ways of tackling homelessness in the city. So Matt McFarland is looking at the proposed budget. It's the better part of $1 billion. So this is your reporter, Matt McFarland, who covers New Haven County.
Janiyah Jones knows New Haven streets well. She used to live on them.
I used to be homeless, and I know how it feels. I feel bad seeing, like, people out on the streets.
And the homeless shelter on Fox and Boulevard,
get back on their feet, get their own place, their job,
is one program that's getting moved to the city's general fund.
This is the budget here for the fiscal year 26-27. A lot of work has gone into this.
It's part of Mayor Justin Eliker's proposed budget. What's in it? Well, there's a potential for a 4% tax increase. That means hundreds more potentially coming out of your wallet. An Elm City family currently paying $5,000 would end up paying $5,200 in taxes. But the mayor says any increase depends on the ongoing negotiations with Yale and its voluntary payment to the city.
We work very hard to keep those taxes in line, and I'm cautiously optimistic that if we can find a solution to an agreement with Yale, that we may be able to alleviate some more of that burden.
Other highlights include a grand list that's up 2.5% thanks to new construction. There's an additional $5 million for the New Haven Public Schools from last year.
This was a tough budget. It's hard to make choices, but we stayed firm on making sure that the future of New Haven is fiscally stable.
And there's also 13 new positions, including an internal auditor, which comes on the heels of former police chief Carl Jacobson's arrest for allegedly stealing $85,000 of city money to fuel a gambling addiction.
It's in part in response to that, but I think in general it's helpful to have more capacity to identify potential problems that we have with misuse of funds.
One thing the mayor says is not included.
It doesn't use budget gimmicks or tricks.
And that was Matt McFarland reporting. On to another big story is we are having a lot of melting, which is wonderful, right? We have so much snow. Everyone has snowpack across the state. New London County saw the worst of the storm. And so with all of the snow on the ground, and then we have some rain in the forecast for next week, and it's melting, it's just a recipe for possible flooding, right? So you have to be careful. You got to keep that water away from your house. And Luke Hydash, he spoke with the experts on what to do to make sure you don't see water in your basement. So this is Luke Hydash.
The sun shone bright Friday, a taste of what's to come this weekend. Highs in the 50s Saturday. That'll help say goodbye to some of this snow.
Once it starts melting, it's going to be in a lot of people's basements. Third horsepower, you got half horse, you got 3/4, and then 1 horse.
Yamil Dip co-owns Montville Hardware. He's stocked up on things like sump pumps and downspout extenders. They'll be in high demand soon.
Best thing is, start preparing ahead of time, get the basements ready, get stuff off the floor.
Bottom line, get ready now. If not, you may need to call someone like Gary Giordano, a restoration expert.
You're going to want to clear that snow at least 5 or 6 feet away from your foundation.
He says ice dams can cause problems once melted. There are still some out there. Once water gets inside, that may not be your only issue.
In a heated environment, mold can grow within 24 to 36 hours, so you're going to want to make sure you double check everywhere for water staining. If you do find some water stains, give a professional a call so we can come in and moisture map your home.
He also recommends clearing window wells, bulkheads, and downspouts and extend them away from the home.
Keep the water away from the house. That's the main idea.
Yes, that is
the sun
main
shone
goal.
bright Friday,
Keep
a taste of what's to come this
water
weekend.
Away from the house, absolutely. So once again, that was Luke Hydash reporting. I don't know why his package started running again in my ear, and you probably all have heard that too, but we will figure that out. On to some good news tonight. We like good news. So you're going to meet this incredible little boy. Anna Stansfield interviewed him today. The sweetest child. At just 10 years old, he bruised his leg. He was just playing and hit it on his table. And the bruise didn't heal the way that you would think it would, and it actually got worse over time. So the doctors took him, the parents took him to the doctor, and the doctor said he got diagnosed. He was diagnosed with cancer. Really scary. And so the parents talk about his very difficult journey, but also what he is doing now to try and help others in the situation. And he's an incredible young man. I can't wait for you to meet him. So let's take Anna Stansfield's story right now.
Go.
Right over here.
Come here.
Mr. Curious.
Hey, no.
They're a picture-perfect family. 13-year-old Elijah surrounded by his parents and Bespa and Milo getting ready for school. Most days look like this in the Randolph house, but just 3 years ago, this day seemed like it may never come.
He bumped his leg in 4th grade on a corner table, running around the table.
A seemingly normal injury for an active kid, but the bruise didn't go away. Instead, it kept getting worse.
It got really, really red and really big, and it was a solid bump, and that's when we realized, we better go check this out.
His mom and dad knew something was wrong, but nothing could have prepared them for the oncologist's devastating diagnosis.
They were using big words and terminology, so I wasn't quite sure, but I had a funny feeling what he was saying. And I said, "Are you saying this is cancer?" And he said, "Yes, it is."
BPDCN, 5 letters that amount to an aggressive and exceedingly rare blood cancer. Nationwide, doctors see fewer than 2,000 cases a year. Elijah's first hospital stay would last for 23 days.
It really felt weird, and it was just a whole different environment.
The hospital was new to the 10-year-old, but the word cancer, he knew it too well. His best friend had just died from the disease.
In his mind, cancer, the word cancer was basically a death sentence.
He could have given up. Instead, Elijah stood up and fought.
I not only fought for myself, but I fought for those people as well.
It was never easy.
The throwing up, the fevers, seeing the anguish, the lethargic behavior.
It took 2 years. The family lost track of all the hospital visits. But last September, the outcome they'd hoped for. Elijah was officially cancer-free and done with treatment. Those dark days now feel like a lifetime ago for the Randolphs. Now they can look back with appreciation for everyone who helped them get here.
I've had way more positive memories than negative memories.
Elijah credits his doctors and nurses for that, and the community that never let him fight alone.
I was kind of in shock as well because of what a community can do.
Reminders of that support are all around him today. A local nonprofit decorated his room, filled with things he took away from the countless experiences he received, like this helmet from a trip Race Marketing took him on.
I would have never thought that I would have an actual racing helmet.
Now, Elijah and his family are giving something back. They're starting a nonprofit called Elijah's Entourage. They'll connect families to financial and emotional resources and guide them through the application process.
I've went through it before, and I know that it's very difficult for kids.
Difficult, like those dark days Elijah had to fight to survive. But he never fought alone. And now they're ready to support the next family.
We just want to spread love one hug at a time and just to take care of the community like they did to me.
Your reporter, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Elijah, absolutely incredible young man there. And if you want to learn more about Elijah's Entourage, you can find more on the WFSB app. They are looking for donations, but they're also looking for people to apply to get help. So if you need help, if you know a child in need, please go to our website, find their information, and connect with them. Incredible organization, and we are very proud to have told that story. Now, on to some other good news. Plainville snow sculpture. It is something you have to see to believe. Look at this here. Absolutely incredible. So she built this, the artist here, after a tree fell in her yard, and she started crafting the mama bear, and then there's also a baby bear in this. And she's fixing it because I had a little melting today. But there we go. There is the full pan. Really cool, really beautiful. And so the tree actually fell in her yard, and that's when she started going to work. She said she had an idea and saw it to fruition, and she said even with the melting, she's going to keep creating. So if you want to check this out, this is in Plainville, and it's just really cool. I love seeing all of this snow sculptures that people are making, and obviously a lot of the snowmen are melting, which is good. We're getting some warmer weather, and it will melt tomorrow because we're supposed to get some temperatures in the 50s in parts of the state, which is incredible. But it's just really cool to see what people did after all that snow fell earlier this week. Now, it's kind of a 50-50 weekend, Mr. Slifer says. Tomorrow, nice weather, 50s, Sunday, a little snow. So there's a lot to talk about in the First Alert Forecast coming up at 10 o'clock, and then we'll see you again at 11. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you so much for watching us, and stay safe, everyone. Have a great weekend.